Board of Commissioners to order. Would stand with the pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes of the last meeting?
I'll move to approve the minutes. Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. Mr. Corn's not here. Bob, you're not listed as being on the agenda. Are you here to give a report today?
I have what I gave you.
Okay.
Can I go over it, or you want me to, or?
Yes, if you would like to, please.
Thank you. Well, the office continues to be busy, and appreciate all the patience that veterans have, especially when they walk in. We were doing walk-in Wednesdays. That's changed because everybody wants an appointment, it seems, but people still do walk in from time to time, and they wait out in the lobby very patiently. This letter is just information. I'm going to take some vacation days. It only affects 3 working days, which is July 24th, 25th, and 26th. However, I'll be leaving on the 20th, which is my day off, and I'll return on August. So I'll put it on the door that they just see Mark over there, I guess, or somebody, let him come see you. Is that okay, Mark? Yep. When I return, I'm going to get with Mike here, and I'm going to actually work Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and that's for a purpose to actually be able to get out in the community just a little bit more. I'm trying to get back into the nursing homes to visit our veterans. We have about 50 to 60 in different nursing homes within the county. I know I told you last meeting I was going to turn away folks from other counties. I can't do it. I work extra, and they just need the assistance. I actually have an appointment coming up on my vacation in Illinois with a veteran that is a combat medical veteran, Vietnam, shot twice, 2 Purple Hearts, and he's only at 30%. And actually, I know without a doubt I can get him to 100%. So I'm taking my time to go over there, and we met, and I'm going to help him. We have a lot of folks still coming in from other counties, but I'm going to keep working those people from other counties. And I gave it to Mark and the other folks here. Any help would be appreciated. Mark, you want to come over and volunteer now and then? That would be a good thing. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Jenna Turner.
Good morning.
Hi,
Happy
Jen.
4th of July. I came in today, I mentioned the last meeting that I would like to use some monies that we had budgeted for this year in contract services that we won't be using for a financial empowerment workshop. I would like to use this for those probationers. We do a risk assessment every time they come in, updated at least annually. If they score high in education or employment needs, I'd like to be able to refer them to this workshop. Hopefully this will help increase collection of fees also. I think you guys should have got something that kind of goes over the lesson plans. It's about budgeting money. They'll set goals with them. At the beginning of this year, they helped them file taxes. It's being done at Community Corrections already, and it's a good program. We're scheduled to start in July if we can get a contract with them. We gave a copy to Colin last time, and as long as that seems to be okay, I'm asking that that you approve signing of the contract to get this program started. It will just be at the end of this year, and then I'll go from there. And I may try to write it into the DOC grant, but I would like to have it for the end of this year, and that way I can see how well it's going and it's making a difference.
How long did you,
Yeah, I reviewed it, it's fine.
Jenny, you said Community Corrections is already doing this.
Yes.
Is this, are we going to be serving two different clients
No,
then?
it's
or-
actually open to community corrections clients too. Community corrections and probation have been really working well together as far as not duplicating services.
Mhm.
So if we offer a class that some of community corrections can participate in, we open that up with community corrections. I'm not sure what Michelle's going to do, whether she'll continue to be able to have this class. It started out as they had a grant and had approached community corrections, but since that time, they no longer have grant monies for that particular class, which is why I'm asking for the contracted services for the end of the year.
I'd make a motion that we allow Jenna to enter into the contract with the Empowerment Workshop
Second.
program.
it's been moved and seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I'd also like to thank Jeff Coleman, the administrative assistant. He came up with the contract and writing of that, which helped me out a lot. I didn't have to do all that research, and I think he did a good job. So, thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Jen.
Appreciate what you do, Jenna.
Thank you. And do you need a payment?
With the blue pen,
If you have,
I can't tell if it's blue or not.
that's fine.
Okay. Warren Sudoff is not here, but Jim Reese has contract to present.
Good morning.
Morning, Jim.
I have the contract for Bridge 25, the inspection that has been negotiated between Warren Sudoff and my company, Certified Engineering. Warren wasn't able to be here today, so he asked if I'd just drop it off for him instead of dropping it off to him. It'll require the commissioner's approval, so you'll probably want to discuss it with Warren before you sign these, but I'll present this to you for that. This is all above my level of pay.
We've already approved Certified Engineering as
Yes.
a contractor, so it's
This
just a
is
matter of
merely the
checking.
contract that they negotiated between our company and Warren,
Okay.
and it's within the standard allowable amount.
Is there signature pages on this one? Jane has it.
Yeah.
I don't believe we need to vote on anything since it's already been approved and they've been approved as our contract person. No, they're here for the.
Okay, he was supposed to have some estimates for us. Bill, for cleaning us.
Oh, Bill Gray,
Yeah.
Mr. Gray,
I don't have a whole lot, I'm still waiting on bids to come back for the cleaning of the,
That's what I was concerned with.
the cleaning of, I'm still waiting on bids, so I don't have those back yet.
all right.
How quick are we gonna, what's your goal of trying to get ready to do that?
You know, we've got to get a day when it's halfway cool, because the system will be shut down. So we're gonna have to, we can't do it in a dead of heat. It'd be too hot in there, so.
You don't think
I
it ought
gotta
to be
get the
90
bids.
degrees in the jail?
I'm sorry?
You don't think it should be 90 degrees, 95 in the jail?
Probably not.
Okay.
We'll get the bids in first, and then we'll decide on a plan to
Okay.
shut them down one at a time and get them taken care of. And I'll let you know.
Very good.
Now, you said there was 2 of these per block, didn't you?
Two per block. So
You have to
got-
shut down both of them at the
There'd
same
be
time?
there'd be two blocks that shut down at once.
Two whole blocks
Yeah.
get shut down, so four
Yeah.
ducts
Yeah.
will be done at a time,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay,
Very good.
that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have anything for us, Colin?
Just comments on the alley closure. A written petition statutorily needs to be submitted before we can do anything about that, but I can help do that. And then once we have that in, we have a public hearing on it, but we have to have notice of the public hearing as well.
We have to have a public hearing on it.
Right, but we need a petition first, and like I said, I can help with that, but statutorily, we have to do it.
With those holders, that's interesting.
Right.
Okay.
So Bruce, that kind of brings you up before what we have you on the agenda, I think. So if you'd like to talk about it, he has some paperwork to.
Well, and we can talk later, I'll need some
Okay.
information from you.
Okay. So
Would you
we will have to
take
have a public
break?
hearing, he says so.
Talk to them so they don't have to stick around.
Well, if you wanna give me your phone number, I can call you later. I got that. Yeah.
He had,
Go ahead and meet you after the meeting. Okay, that's fine.
okay. So that's gonna take care of that.
Yep.
All right. Paul Moppin?
I don't see her anywhere.
I don't either. Do we need to call her? Do any of the other department heads have anything to present?
I just had my monthly report.
Mr. King?
I put a copy of this on your guys' desk. This is mostly just for your information. This shows the emails for the month. We had 82,819 total emails for the month, 25,000 of which were blocked as spam. And you can kind of see where those are all coming from, a lot from China, a lot from the US. Phone calls, we had 73,697 total calls.
For the month?
40,642 of those say they connected. So, and that's everything connected 30 seconds and more is pretty much normal. And it shows our tickets for the month. Had fewer tickets, but then again, I did take a week vacation, so I actually only had 4 emails and a couple phone calls that whole entire week, so that was pretty nice. Major issues for the week or the month that we completed, we got the new video monitors working in the jail, so they have monitors that show the blocks at all times, and also show the suicide cell in the holding rooms all times. Got some phone quality issues here and at the city corrected. From what I've been hearing, they've not recurred, so I think that might be fixed for the moment. And then the assessor server was having some problems that shut them down for a couple hours. And I got to replace the drives in that, which is in my in progress thing there. You can see the different things that I've got in progress there. Nothing really huge, except for the ProVal server for the assessor's office and trying to get access to that old mail archive stuff that is still encrypted and haven't gotten back into yet. So that's pretty much where we're at. Any questions or issues that I need to know about from you guys?
I think so. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael.
And Paula's supposed to be here for grant approval. Do you know where she is, or do we need to call her?
I have not heard from her. Yeah.
Wait and see if she comes in.
Okay. And I have some mail. Does anyone else have any mail?
Other than
I received a letter from Cindy Nichols, who has worked on our cemetery board before and is still a volunteer. She suggested that we added some other pioneer cemeteries to the group because as exceptions. The only one that's on there right now is the Webb Cemetery, because that belongs on Mr. Hudson's property, and he has the authority, and he went through the state and everybody to get permission to bury his mother and a couple of his other family members there on that cemetery that's on his property. But she has listed Bentonville Church Cemetery, Columbia Cemetery, Connersville City Cemetery, Dale Cemetery, Everton Cemetery, Lake Creek Cemetery, Orange North Cemetery, Shrine of Memories Mausoleum, Springersville Cemetery, and Village Creek Cemetery. That should be added as exceptions because they are pioneer cemeteries, although they're currently in use and we don't think of them as pioneer cemeteries. They're declared a pioneer cemetery by the age of the people who are buried there, and people were buried there back in the 1800s, so all these cemeteries are considered pioneer cemeteries, even though they have their own boards and somebody takes care of them. So they need to be listed on the ordinance as exceptions. Is there any questions?
Excuse me,
Yes,
I'm here because of the Wiley Cemetery.
yes,
We have purchased 6 plots
yes.
in 2012. And I didn't know about any of the other meetings, so that's why I'm here today, is to try to, we didn't cash the check that they sent us back because we feel like we own those plots. We have a grandson, my son's son was buried there. So the 2 grandparents on each side and the mother and father of that child, we just feel like those plots belong to us. I mean, we already paid for them in 2012.
But the county sent you a check, you chose not to.
It's
Cash.
not, we didn't cash it, no, because, I mean, they never told us much about anything other than the fact that we couldn't have what we'd already purchased.
The problem is, though, there are unmarked graves in that cemetery,
Yeah,
and we don't know if there's somebody already buried in the plots that you purchased. And we can't have people being buried where there's already somebody buried.
well, I mean, wouldn't they know? I mean, they don't have no maps of,
We have no records of these pioneer cemeteries, and that's the big problem. That there's a lot of unmarked graves in all of these cemeteries,
yeah,
and without super great, I think there's equipment you can purchase, but it's
Right.
not in our county budget to buy
right.
that, and we just really, I don't think you'd like us to dig somebody up to bury
No, but I mean,
members of your family.
they would know, wouldn't they, if they started to dig and they,
Because there's infants buried out there, and the infants, after time, have disintegrated, so you're
There also
disrespecting.
at a time where there was no vaults or anything. It wasn't like you bury somebody now and you're gonna hit a vault and know that there's a body there. Because they were placed in little wooden boxes and they have
right,
disintegrated, and
right.
the bodies have too. So it's really, I just don't think you'd want to be buried someplace where there was already somebody buried.
Well, I just know that when you have a child,
Yes.
parents like to be with them.
Yeah.
There's no way that you would let at least the mother and father be with their child.
We can't have,
You could have your child removed from one, move it to Dale or one of the other cemeteries.
It took a year to get it all settled and the stone put in place. It just seems so unfair. I understand both sides, but unless you had a child that it's a tragedy, you wouldn't understand the need to want to be with that child.
Well, then on the other hand, the people that have their children buried out there don't want their children disturbed. Our ancestors.
Well, you wouldn't understand unless you went through what these people have with their child being taken from them at 8 years old. You wouldn't have a clue what it's like to put your child somewhere and then you can't be there with them. even though I know it's not sentimental to you, and it doesn't matter to you.
Well, it does matter to me,
But it
because I
matters.
don't want to see people going in there digging up graves of people that should have been respected a long time ago. And those plots should have never been sold. They're
But they were
personal.
sold.
Well, they shouldn't have.
They were sold.
Well, they
In
shouldn't
2012, they were
have.
sold
And they,
so that the parents could be buried beside a child.
the child sues.
Would you
Yeah.
want to do that to your child?
We'd like to, under the advice of Colin, with this ordinance, he's done some more research and he feels that we need to appoint a committee to do some more research into this ordinance prior to any approval of it.
Yes.
And I think we ought to have a member or two of the cemetery board.
Yeah, and maybe people know a few homes around town that are knowledgeable about what's going on with the plots that have been sold.
Okay.
They have an interest in
And a
that.
commissioner
Yeah,
to sit on
absolutely,
that
absolutely.
as well. So I would
We're having a committee.
make that motion that we do appoint a committee to, before we proceed forward with this ordinance, that would consist of those people on that committee to research, do some more research, and to try to help you as well as
Come up with a satisfactory
everything
solution
else.
for everyone.
And so that I'd make that motion.
I'll second the motion.
Is there any discussion?
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
3 ayes.
Thank you.
Is there any old business? I think we took care of that. We were gonna go over Mr. Howell's request, but he and Colin took care of that on his time. New business is department head appointments. Mr. Naylor, I think you have.
We have our animal shelter director, emergency management director, our facility manager, our jail kitchen cook, our area planning commissioner, and our veteran service officer that we will be appointing this year, or at this meeting. All of them except for our veteran service officer will be a one-year appointment. And our veteran service officer will be till December 31st of this year. And I would make a motion that we reappoint Dave Rickman as our animal shelter director, Adrian Ellis as our emergency management director, Bill Gray as our facility manager, Judy Dickey as our head jail cook, Bill McDaniel as our area planning commissioner, and Bobby Smith as our veteran service officer, if those people don't object.
No.
You accept reappointment then?
Yeah. I'll second the motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
3 ayes.
Thank you very much for everything.
Thank you for all the work you do.
Bill
Yes.
McDaniel,
Oh, yes.
before you get out, did you get my?
You need to toss a coin almost. Yes.
Did you get my message last week? I left you a voicemail on the issue. You gonna be in your office later?
Yeah, I sure am.
Okay, I'll give you a call then.
Yeah, I'll be in and out. I have a couple of things I have to do.
Okay, all right.
Yep. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mrs. Schroeder? Always open. Catch Bill. Oh. Bill.
Oh, because yeah, her request had to do with him.
Oh.
Sorry, I had to do building permits.
Waive the fees. And I don't know, I'm gonna, one. Hi, Mom.
You don't know how to approach this, do you?
Well, no, because I don't know what I'm asking for
Okay.
exactly.
Well, what it is-
Bill's my mouthpiece.
He's gonna be the
Yeah,
spokesperson.
yeah.
Apparently so. But, okay, what Mrs. Schroeder is here to request is over at the Connersville Historical Museum. I really did want to say hysterical, but I resisted.
Yes.
But the Historical Museum, they have a project that's going on. It requires a building permits and then also design release because of some engineering from the state of Indiana. Now, as it's a community, it's a community supported, it supports the community. What the Historical Society is requesting is that the local permit fees, both the improvement location permit and the building permit fees, be waived by the county commissioners. I don't have the authority to do so, so the only ones that have, I think all of you have done this at one time or another, since you're the only ones that really have the authority to waive any fees are the commissioners.
Is this for the new site?
Yep, for the remodeling.
We're going to be doing a garage, well, a showroom door to get the cars in and out, which of course we have to do that. And we're going to add an awning in that little inset, so we have kind of a little porch area for people to sit in.
And there's also some other things involved in some of the other systems within it that require inspections and permits.
Okay. The fees are all local, there's no state fees in.
State fees are always separate.
Okay.
And we
Because I
don't have
think
authority
we-
over those,
we-
correct?
Nope, sure
Will
don't.
not take care of that.
I'd make a motion that we waive the permit fees for the historical museum work that they're doing.
I'll send that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Thank
There you go.
Thank you. Sorry I held you up.
Oh, no, that's all right. I just have to do a permit.
Okay. And the other thing, while I'm here, in September, on the weekend of the 23rd and 24th, we're going to be doing Apple Dumpling Days again, and the Tourism Commission Bureau has contracted with the State Historical Society to bring an exhibit called History on Wheels. And it's the history of, it's a semi that comes and sets up. And it is the history of every automobile ever produced in the state of Indiana. And that, of course, will include Connersville made vehicles. And so that's happening, and tourism has sponsored that. Last year, you allowed us to use the lobby for a quilt show during that event, which was very well received, I believe. And then we also had someone give tours of the courtroom at that same time so that people could see the murals. And we really had a lot of traffic through here, I believe. I'd like to have you at least consider doing that again that weekend, because we've come so far with the city and the county and tourism and everybody working together. We have the district downtown now. Oh, and by the way, our plaque for the courthouse is ordered. It should be here. It's still going to be another 8 weeks probably. But I just think it's nice. This courthouse is a treasure, and it's on the National Register of Historic Places. It stands alone on that, and then also it's included in this new district. So anyway, I'm not exactly making a formal request, but if you want me to, I will. But I'd just like for you to consider that again.
for September. So,
Do you want to take that under advisement, or?
Move to take that under advisement. Second.
okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you. The county insurance, we received bids from Wilson Lawson Myers, who's our current agent, and we had Fred worked very hard trying to find different bids for our insurance for the courthouse and law enforcement.
Didn't you see three quotes?
Yes.
Or at least three, wasn't it? Three different
Yeah.
companies he
I-
checked with?
I think he checked with about 4 companies. 2 of them refused to talk to him, and he got one from our current insurance and one from another company. But because of the situation at the jail, some insurance companies won't even talk to him. But he was able to get a decrease in our current premium with the same coverage that we have. So we're pretty excited with everything that happened in the last month over at the jail. That's almost a miracle. And he got a 17% decrease in our premium.
Savings.
The savings of $43,247. Anyway, we're excited because that's a big help to the county when we can save money on these insurance premiums. So we will be signing that contract. Do I need a motion to accept that?
I'd make a motion that we accept that contract through Wilson, Lawson and Mars for property and casualty renewal.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
3 ayes.
Do we all have to sign that, or?
I don't know.
you have-
James got the paperwork there. I think he's got place for all 3 signatures. We'll sign that with all the rest of the wonderful stuff we'll get to sign here in a minute. And we have a company that has requested that we allow them to use our GIS services for some data. And they will need to take it because of, for some reason, our GIS covers some part of Franklin County and they're doing something with the water. I need a motion to approve them using that data.
What has been usual customary on the GIS data?
I think we really,
Is there,
we check to see if there's no fee that I can find.
well, that's what I was wondering, if there was fees associated with that, or can there be, or?
We paid to have the GIS done, and I couldn't find any record as to whether there was any way. Colin, do you know?
I can look into it. I don't know off the top of my head.
We have no problem with them using the GIS data, but we don't want to neglect collecting any fees that we could get for the county. Do you want to make a contingent upon finding out that?
I'd make a motion that we table this request until Colin has an opportunity to research it. And hopefully next meeting, we could make a decision on it.
Okay, I'll second that
And
motion.
I think Warren will be back by then. Yeah. That he can help.
He may have the answer.
Yeah, he may have that answer as well.
I'll second that.
All right, Bill moves in second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. We table this until next
You
meeting.
don't have resources. Gonna be up all night.
Are there any patron concerns?
I do have a question. What's the status of the gas cards for the department? Are we actively looking at going with someone else?
Yes,
Okay. 'Cause-
yes, I'm in the process of getting cards with another company.
Okay.
We
Will
have
that-
gas cards from Speedway, but
Right.
they'll all be going back to them as soon as we get something else.
So if our expiration dates are coming up within, I don't know if I have, I need to
I
look
think,
at my card on that.
I think you've got till August 1.
Yeah, so
They
we'll be.
expire July 31st, and we should have new cards before
Okay.
then.
I just wanted to check on that, see the status.
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. I'm in negotiations with another company and
Okay.
having a hard time getting return calls, but
I understand.
we have made contact.
Okay.
I need a motion for approval of claims and payroll.
I'll move to approve the claim payroll. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes.
Let's take a break so we can get on Paula, make sure she doesn't.
Oh, okay. We're going to recess while we try to get hold of the health department. Call this meeting back to order.
Okay.
Mrs. Maupin,
I just need your permission to pursue a grant from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. It's a rural health opioid grant. I think it's pretty much similar to the one that we had already applied for. This would just be additional funding. It's not a matching grant, it's just a flat-out grant to help prevent overdoses and provide resources to get people into treatment.
very good.
Is this the money that Cindy was talking to you and I about?
I think it might be part of it. I got an email about this just like the next week after we spoke.
Okay, all right.
So I think it is part of that funding she was talking about.
Motion to approve the grant. Second. Application.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you. You guys have a good day. Sorry
We had to come down.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Paula?
I held you up.
Do we need to reapply for the NEO exchange? That was what I called you about Monday.
Yes. I think I need to double check. Nobody is really clear
Okay.
yet.
So I was thinking that was annual and.
And then it switched to semi, or every other year. It was good for 2 years. But I don't know if that's for any, like it starts that day, but you have to reapply this year and then in 2 years, or if it just,
Okay.
any approved one just gets every other year. So as soon as I
Well, I
find
know that we need to get it done probably this month.
right.
All right.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
We approve payroll and claims. We will sign after we adjourn this meeting.
I'll move to adjourn. Second.
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Adjourn.